Hey, what's happening, Facebook? How's everybody doing? So I wanted to chat with you guys about something super, super important, and this is something I've seen a lot of people struggle with in a lot of my conversations, is their immense catalog of bullshit excuses that hold them back. And I don't think that's fair to yourself, to your family, to your life, to continue making these excuses, because excuses are expensive. They cost you your hopes, your dreams, your lifestyle, security, all this stuff, all because you are comfortable in your excuses. You believe your excuses, and they hold you back from so much more. So I wanted to chat with you guys about this, about what it really means to be examining yourself, your excuses, your mindset, your limiting beliefs, and what you can do to kind of help realize that those are made up. They're all in your head. And it's super, super important to be cognizant of what your excuses are, be aware of what you actually want, and then go out and get it. Okay? I've talked to a lot of people about what I do in my lifestyle, my business, my travels with all the companies I've built, all the things I've done online. And a lot of people are saying, oh, that's so awesome. I wish I could do something like that. And I'm like, you can. Do you really want to do something like that? Like, how can I help you make that a reality? And they start coming up with all these excuses about why they want to stay in their comfort zone. And I think that's bullshit. I think you guys deserve better. And I want you guys to understand how much your excuses are really costing you in terms of your lifestyle, your goals, your dreams, your ambitions. All these caps you're putting on yourself to put yourself in a box. This box is your comfort zone. Nothing cool happens here. This is where you stay at the status quo. This is where you do not create new things. This is where you do not experience new things. This is where you don't have personal growth. This is where 99% of the people on the freaking planet live. And we are not putting ourselves in that box. This community is for people who want to step outside of it, build something great, and really bust through those excuses to go out and get what we want, make the impact we want, make the money we want, and live the lives we want for ourselves, our families, and our communities. So if you guys are with me, let me get a yes down in the comments, and I'm going to give you guys some cool tips on how to break through your excuses and get it going. Because like I was just talking to somebody this morning, and telling them, what I'm up to. So I'm hanging out in Spain right now, and I'm telling them, they're curious. They're like, what's your day-to-day like? You have so much stuff going on. I say, well, I don't set any appointments until at least noon, because I like to spend my time in the mornings hanging out and grabbing coffee and, getting my day going. And they're like, wow, I wish I could do that. I'm up early every day for my job. I got to go through traffic. I got to do X, Y, and Z, and blah, blah, blah. I hate it. It sucks. I wish I could do what you do. I say, you can. What are some of your skills? And she said, I got a 9 to 5, but I'm also a wedding photographer. I've been doing it for 10 years. And I was like, wow, that's awesome. Like, you could totally start showing people how to become a wedding photographer and get clients and, the finer points of the business. And I actually know somebody who's in one of my trainings who is doing exactly that. They have a Facebook group. They're training people. They're helping people out. And they are, completely online. They do a little bit of wedding photography, but besides that, they are location independent. They make their money online through digital products. They have flexibility and freedom. And I said, what do you think about that? That's pretty cool, right? I think you could do something like that. And she goes, oh, well, there's already a lot of people out there doing it. So right there, that's another excuse. Like, oh, I wish I could do what you do, but I can't. Well, here's somebody who's out there doing it. Oh, well, there's already people out there. There's so many people out there that are already established. No, not for me. I would have to start from zero. Okay, yeah, there's another excuse. And I was saying, well, that's good. That's a good thing, right? That means there's a lot of money in the industry. That means you can go carve out a slice of it and make it happen. She says, oh, well, I'm not really, a natural teacher. I'd rather just do my thing. And I said, that's okay. Neither was I, but I still got started. And she says, well, I still have my full-time job. I really just do the wedding photography as kind of a side hustle. And after that, I was like, all right, you know what? Okay, if you're not ready to help yourself, I can't help you. I'm trying to lay out 7 different solutions for you to get what you said you just wanted, but all those excuses are keeping you in a box, and that isn't helping anyone. So that's the type of person I can't help, I tried to, but it's just not happening. So I want you guys to understand, every time you have a goal, every time you have a desire, your brain goes into survival mode. Stuff is hard. Your caveman brain says, this is hard. Keep doing what you're already doing. Don't step outside your comfort zone. You're safe here. Because entrepreneurs, we're the crazy ones. We're the crazy ones that want to thrive outside of that comfort zone and build a different box, build a bigger box with a lot more opportunities and possibilities in it that we can work from and build skills and get there. And I want you guys to be comfortable consistently jumping out of that box and growing it and growing yourself, growing your business, growing personally, professionally, all that, because that's what's going to help you get there. Excuses are not going to get you there. Excuses are the most expensive thing you could do for your life, your family, your business, your finances, because every time you tell yourself an excuse, that puts a cap on your next move. Like there's so many people out there that say, you know, I wish I could do this, but excuse. You know what that does? That limits their thinking. So when you have open-mindedness in how you think about problem solving, that is hands down the best way that you guys are going to be able to bust through any challenge that exists. Now, if that girl that I talked to this morning, if she said, you know, how can I start living location independent, you know, sleep in, work on my own schedule, all that kind of stuff, and then we had that conversation where I said, oh, you know, this guy is actually doing that for wedding planners or wedding photographers. How cool is that? She said, okay. How could I fit that into my schedule instead of, oh, I don't have enough time, you know? So that's two very different tracks of thought. One is putting a cap on it that completely shuts down that idea and that possibility, that future. And the other one is how. How can I achieve this? How can I afford this? How can I live that goal? And entrepreneurs, we need to be thinking in this category always of how. What does it take? What is required of me? Because once you start to understand all those puzzle pieces, that's where you can start to make a freaking plan. Because if you just put a cap on it, you're done. You're done. Game over. Your excuse won. This group is not for people who let excuses win. I'll tell you that. We're out here building real stuff. We're out here solving problems consistently. And I highly, highly, highly recommend that you guys take a shit ton of action in the direction that makes you uncomfortable, that you know you need to go in. So that's your guys' homework for today, is go out and figure out something that you know you need to do or achieve or set up or get going that you don't know how to do yet. And then go do it. Go learn it. Go make it happen and put that to work. Guys, because every time you let an excuse guide your actions, you are giving up. And that is expensive. That is expensive for your potential business, for your lifestyle, for your growth, all this kind of stuff. Like, too many people are letting their excuses just completely own their lives. And that is not what we're about here. We want to be in control. We want to be the creators of our own futures. And every time you let your excuses win, that's not going to happen, you know? So guys, go ahead and type creator down below if you guys are with me, if you guys are a creator of your own future, you're not letting your excuses get to your head. I need to know that you guys are out here. You guys are in that 1% of action takers that are not letting their excuses hold them back. And seriously, just think about it. All right, let me see if you guys have any questions or comments real quick. Yeah, Jenny says there's millions of business strategists out there that most definitely didn't stop me from doing 30K in the first 3 months. Hell yeah, that's awesome, Jenny. Yeah, so like Jenny's an awesome example of that. You know how many coaches and consultants and all that stuff are out there? It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. And she didn't look at that and say, oh, there's already thousands of them out there. There's no clients for me. She said, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. Let's go get some money, you know? So that's the two different trains of thought that you guys have. But this happens on every single level, every single industry, every single action, every single thought and goal that you have. There's a way to get through it. I guarantee you that. And think about this on a big level and a small level. Elon Musk wants to fly a rocket into space, bring it back, and reuse it. You know how many people, if they were faced with that challenge, say, all right, hey Arne, so what I want you to do is fly a rocket into space and bring it back and be able to reuse it. I'd be like, I don't know how the hell to do that, so I don't think that's going to happen. So Elon Musk goes, okay, how can I build multiple different companies to be able to fund research, development, all this stuff to be able to create a rocket that can fly into space, come back and be reused? What a problem solver, right? That is a huge, huge, huge problem, and that's an example of that. But something much smaller is something like I don't know, maybe getting out and you know, getting your first speaking gig or something like that. There's so many people that say, oh yeah, I would love to have a speaking gig. Okay, cool. What are you gonna do about it? Are you gonna say, oh, but I don't like my voice. Oh, but you know, I'm not rehearsed. Oh, nobody wants to hear what I have to say. Every single time you limit yourself and you give yourself that self-talk that keeps you in that box, that keeps you quiet and in that comfort zone, you are limiting your greatness, you're limiting your impact, you're limiting your income, you're limiting your own mindset. Because once you start taking steps out of that, you start realizing how powerful you are. You start really realizing what you can bring to the table. And bit by bit, your confidence just goes up and up and up. And instead, if you face that problem and said, how can I get a speaking gig? Okay, who do I know that throws events? You know, that is the next question. Okay, how can I find an in? What do I need to do to become a speaker? What do speakers do? How do speakers get speaking gigs? It opens up a world of possibilities. But the thing is, 99% of people are scared to open up the world of possibilities. That's just the truth, guys. Everybody loves living in a box because they feel comfortable. And that's not what we're all about here. So go out, figure out something challenging, go get that shit done, and you'll be surprised how much you accomplish. So that is the lesson for today, guys. Making excuses is expensive. They will keep you in a box. You need to fight through those at every single time you notice those come up, and you will become successful a whole lot faster. Allow yourselves to be great because you already are, and you just have to figure out how to bring that out into the world. So go get it done, guys. Go build something great, and talk to y'all soon. Hope you have a wonderful day. Later, guys.